This is for the John Deere 9620RX conversion. The simplest way to say is, figure it is front half, back half. Up front, you've got, without the battery on and the unit on, there's a switch on your passenger side, or if you want to say your right-hand side, right here. This will run your power to your lights on your cab and all the front lights. There's 6 headlights, and man, there's like 2, 4, 6, 8, probably around 10 or 12, because I got cab lights as well inside the interior, 2 cab lights. That switch there is running off a 9-volt. It's on its own circuit. The battery for that 9-volt system is inside this radiator. All you have to do is pull this little tongue out, pop that radiator grill out, and you've got a 9-volt, a removable 9-volt underneath that, which runs off that switch, which controls those lights. The back system set up the same way. That way I was eliminating wiring, unnecessary wiring between the 2 halves. This is a switch right here. This runs your rear set of lights. This will set up all your rear tail lights and driver lights, 4 5mm and 4 3mm. This also shuts off as you wish. So this is running on power, auxiliary power, I guess you'd say, without the battery onto the unit. To replace the 9-volt in this battery pack back here, there's just 2 Allen bolts right here, one on either side. Unscrew it, gingerly pop that up, and you got a 9-volt back there. This also has the transmission in the rear for the rear drive for the 2 wheels, transmission in the front for the drive for the 2 front wheels. So it's working independently on the dual 80 amp ESC, Hobbywing ESC for dual motors. Let's go back to the transmitter. I got the dozer set up as Model 5 because I deleted a bunch in between. There, Model 1 for the 9620RX. Once you get the signal, this controls the unit on. This turning on this unit, right now I'm running a 2S LiPo, mini LiPo. You could put a 3S in there as you want. These are your strobe lights running off of that unit powered through the ESC. There again, to flip your strobes to different settings, you just dial through your settings, or you can turn them off, and that runs that. So this thing is a beast. Now I got everything calibrated as far as speed. You can, to make it look more scale, you can adjust that speed through your throttle setting, through your settings on your stick, and that's going to allow it to go faster or slower. It could go full max, it could go down. I didn't want it full max because I'm not going to crash it or anything like that. Your steering's very nice. Your steering's nice. It's adjusted as so. You don't, personally, I wouldn't want to sit there and steer it while it's on dead weight, because it's just more strain on that pivot point. I have 3D printed some things in there which makes it 100% infill, which will allow it to not break as the regular plastic would on a Bruder. It just wouldn't last. I'm going to pull the top off. I never like setting my top on the side. This unit has been painted a second coat with from when I was building it with John Deere green to give it more life, so it look more realistic. There's that's an AR600 that's sitting in there. That's your receiver. This is the battery I'm using, just a small mini LiPo. I have 2,000 milliamp and bigger ones. You got plenty of room to put a bigger battery in there on a TRX clip. Got some design set up for steering. I'll flip it over and show you the bottom side of steering. Your steering servo is in here. It's also built in. You have to take the whole thing apart to get to it, but it is very secure in there. There again, you got your strobe light that runs, and just your power lead to your cab lights for your 9-volt. Steering on bottom follows. You've got steel push rods and adjusting rods. 3D printed infill up in the stock Bruder setup. You will have no problems with the steering. Through and through eye bolts, 100% infill. Like I said, the steering will be set up already so it doesn't oversteer. And if you start to see some adjustments, all you got to do is, when you're driving it, turn it completely one way, another way, and if it starts to come too close here, just dial it back down so you're not full setting it, because it's only going to turn, it's only made to turn so far, and if you overturn it, you're just going to end up damage it. You'll damage it before my design, shall I say, so you don't want to damage the unit itself. And I did make it have it so it has more articulation as well, like so, because the stock articulation is about right there. So this way you could crawl up there. Now if you put more weight in it, or want to put some lead weight on the bottom of it, just stick some lead weight on the bottom of it, it will handle the low center of gravity better. But right now, is if you're going over a bunch of things and you're crawling like that, it will be top heavy, a little bit top heavy. This thing is an awesome unit. It's so much fun to drive. So much fun to drive. Gonna hate to see this one go, but going to a good home, and you'll enjoy it. So, and I enjoyed building it. Thanks a lot for watching.